Alright, here is the video review for Transformers Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. He is a hot rod in space, which actually is pretty fitting for Hot Rod. Here. He's a really sleek car. He's very small. Like, he's very much a deluxe in Voyager packaging because he does come with several accessories. But I was a little confused when I saw that Cup was a deluxe and Hot Rod was a Voyager. But it's because of the stuff he comes with, because he is very small. Like, for example, here he is with the Power of the Primes Hot Rod. Here he is with old G1 Hot Rod. You see, he's not even as tall as old G1 Hot Rod. He's very, very small in comparison. Cool, very nice vehicle mode, but very small. Also, his little pipes have, you can see there's posts. There's supposed to be a little clip here on this one, and mine arrived without one on this arm. It doesn't really affect anything. It just gives you a small gap right there. And I feel like, honestly, if I snapped the other one off there, it would probably sit a little better because this one's locked in and it's kind of pulling the thing this way. It's not enough to bother me. I do have another one on pre-order elsewhere, so I'm not super concerned about it. But something to be careful, because the little clip, like, I'll show you here, the little clip that holds these things together is a very small, just a little piece. It's a little tab there, so I could see how that would break off, and it clearly did at some point. But yeah, there is Hot Rod in vehicle mode. And before anybody asks, CMD store. That's I've actually bought some stuff from them on eBay before, like several times. They actually have a website, and they got some of these in. They're a good place to check end of the year, every November, December, right as Transformers are about to refresh to the next wave, the next line, because they tend to get stuff a little earlier. Those first wave shipments of the new Transformers line tend to hit there a smidge earlier than some of the other places. So, just FYI. Now, his weapons can store in vehicle mode, and basically you just take his guns and plug them into his engine like this. And you can plug just the engines. You plug the guns into the engines. Oh, look. Vaguely target mastery. You can also, there's two tabs on his little spinny blade thing, which doesn't spin as freely as I would like. But see those two tabs in there? You put this on top and plug those in. Come on. Round those up. Now he's got guns and spinny blades. He also has some blast effects that I thought were for his guns, but actually go on his pipes here. You can see they're angled just the right way to go on the pipes like this. So you put the flames there. Probably could put them on his gun tips as well. But angle flames there. And now he's got flames on the side. So most of his effects start. Now he looks kind of like the Enterprise with the saucer section and then the nacelles back here. Anyway. Oh, if you turn these around, you can probably, anyway. But anyway, there he is, with all of his little bits. Not all of his bits, but all the bits that can fit on his car mode here. We'll take those off. And we'll set them off to the side for now. Transform, well, you already saw part of it right there. This part flips up, and then these little panels here unclip and fold into here. Very cool. And then unclip the arms if they're clipped. Bring them out and about. And rotate, unpeg them from the canopy here. And kind of flick them up and around this way. Up and around this way. Go ahead and leave that open. And then unpeg the legs here from the centerpiece. They clip into the side of the centerpiece of the fin here, and then also tab in. You can see little clips right here on the back of the canopy. Also, fin is a little. I realize it matches some of the animation frames. It's a little big on both vehicle mode and robot mode. I wish they made this just maybe not quite as massive. It just seems slightly large on both modes. If it were big on robot mode for the sake of looking good in vehicle mode or vice versa, it would be one thing, but it just looks just a smidge bigger than I would prefer in both modes. Minor complaint. It's a very minor complaint. So go ahead and lift this up here. And also, I wish they had made this connector joint out of something other than yellow. Like the yellow in here, even though it hides in both modes, doesn't bother me that much. Like you don't really see it in vehicle mode. You don't really see it in robot mode. So fine. But having this bright yellow plastic right here in the middle of vehicle mode is a little weird. Again, in robot mode, not as big of a deal. Come around, rotate his waist around. You see his robot mode starting to come together. It does have a fake chest. What are you going to do? I mean, I've been on the forums. I know what people are going to do. Anyway, flip the feet out, fold the wheel all the way in like that, and then clip that right in there. There's one leg done. Again, open up this thing, flip out the leg, fold the wheel in, make sure to fold the foot out first, and clip that together. There's his lower body done. Then up here, rotate this around for when we're going to need it. Open this whole thing up. This whole assembly here with the arms rotates around. Fold this in. Make sure this folds in tight because and clips into place, because if it's not all the way tight, it'll end up getting caught up back here as you fold this around, because you want to fold this all the way through smoothly, all the way around, so it gets around like that. Flip his head up, and then fold the torso and lock it together, and then fold this. And when you fold this in, there's a tab here that tabs in back here, and then this little tab on the front does actually tab up into this little hole here in this red piece. So make sure that that locks all the way up into place. In robot mode, you'll hear it click. Turn his head around, and then these little panels, lift up these red panels, rotate his arm pipes around, and then fold these little panels here. You can see there's a little spot for them to plug in right here on the back of his arms. And there is Hot Rod in robot mode. And again, you can see his fins just a smidge on the large side for his robot mode. Not super bad, just if it just been like maybe a little thinner, would have been cool with it. You can, once again, if you want to, attach these just on the middle. You can give him the effects on his exhaust pipes for when he shoots his little exhaust pipe cannons. Give him his guns. His fingers do open. They're one piece, but they do open. And then he's got the standard 5mm peg hole to hold his pistols. Like that. Whoops. And there he is. He does have the requisite flip open his head, flip open, flip down his visor, close his head. So he's got his visor. Very vibrant blue. His hands, we'll go ahead and take these off. You've seen all this stuff. One hand, you flip this down, rotate his hand around, and he's got his little cup fixing torch there. See it? And then on this hand, you open it up. And you don't have to open that part. But you open it up, rotate it around, and he's got a peg. And that's where you can attach the spinny blade there to his arm. So, like I said, he's a Voyager, a deluxe at the Voyager price point, but he comes with a lot of punch to make up for it. Now, he also comes with, and he does not, because he is Hot Rod and not Rodimus, and we may get a Rodimus later on down the line, but he doesn't actually have a place that I found, because this is all packed in here. There's no real place to store it inside of his robot mode. But he does come with a matrix. It is hollow on one side, but slightly transparent, so if you put a light behind it, it will glow a little bit. And also for this, there's a little effects piece that you can plug in. Take the matrix and you can plug it in. There's a couple little tabs that squeeze in through here around the matrix. So it has the matrix glow as if he's opening, and you can get his arms up. He's actually got a pretty decent posability. You can get his arms together, rotate his wrists, bring him in. You can have him hold, kind of get his thumbs through there. You can hold the matrix and open it. He's like, now light our darkest hour. And then when you have the HasLab Unicron, you can put some firecrackers in him and blow him up. That's a good way. It's a good way to use your $600 toy. Dun, dun, I knew you had potential, lad, even with your broken tab. But yeah, honestly, it's a really nice looking Hot Rod. My few complaints, my two complaints are minor. Like I said, I wish this spoiler were just a teensy bit smaller. It just seems just a tad large. It's not the end of the world. And I wish this centerpiece here, especially for vehicle, because in robot mode, there's yellow back here, but who cares? I do wish it were, some of the connector joints were not. I certainly wish that one weren't yellow for vehicle mode. Posability-wise, he's got a ball-jointed head, which is nice. You saw the it's got dual hinge, actually triple hinge because they rotate in here as well. Arms, bicep swivel, elbow, wrist swivel, opening fingers, which is nice. Waist swivel, obviously. Dual hinge hips, thigh swivel, double hinge knees, although sometimes this red bit will get in the way as you fold them up too hard, but good range of motion in the feet, and he does have ankle tilt. Getting that ankle tilt on all these figures lately. But yeah, a very nice hot rod. He does come with, according to his box, the depths of Unicron, I believe is how it refers to it. But being a Studio Series figure, you can see it comes in the Studio Series packaging. It's got 86 on the side, some cool art. Him opening the Matrix, pictures on the back where it says the depths of Unicron. Because, just like all the Studio Series figures, it does come with a little cardboard backdrop, which is, in fact, the depths of Unicron. So if you want to stand him there, raising the Matrix above his head to blow up your $600 HasLab Unicron, you can do it. You can do it! Sorry. You can't really say that anymore without Rob Schneider getting in there. Anyway, size comparison time. With all the other ones here, he is with, again, Power of the Primes, G1 Hot Rod. Of course, I didn't feel like turning him all the way into vehicle mode, but there he is with Masterpiece Hot Rod. Here he is with Wheelie. So yeah, you can see he's small. He like you said, he's very much a deluxe in Voyager packaging. You do get, you know, a handful of cool accessories, all of which are functional and work with him, and a solid figure. I think maybe, you know, like it would have been nice if we could have gotten, like, maybe not so many blast effects. I'd have been fine, like the Matrix effect, 2 guns with a deluxe hot rod would have been fine for me. I don't know that I necessarily needed these blast effects in the spinny wheel. I know animation, but the fact that they had already built the little welder torch in there, I would have been okay with skipping this if they'd been a deluxe class price point. But the figure's good enough and solid enough, and all the accessories do make sense that I don't feel it's an egregious oversight. I just hope they don't make it a habit of doing it. But all in all, I'm very happy with it. I did not get Scourge. I do have Scourge pre-ordered, which is why I think this one, I kind of double dipped on this one because I was looking forward to this figure so much that I'm like, I'll get one early. And because impatience, like, it's not even about other people review this. It's not even about a race to be early to review it. I just really wanted to play with it and was super anxious for it. Same with the Kingdom stuff. Like, it's not even about, like, I'm a little jealous of everybody that got the big pack of the Wave 1 stuff, only because, like, it's not even about YouTube anymore. It's just, I really want to play with that Megatron and Optimus and Primal. I want all the Beast Wars guys. I just want to play with them so bad. And that was the same with this guy. But there he is, Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. Very cool. I'm looking forward to more in this line. This one was probably my most anticipated that we've seen so far in the Studio Series. The Grimlock looks good, don't get me wrong, but I really wanted this Hot Rod, and he lives up to the hype. I'm really happy with him. Just a really fantastic looking figure. A neat transformation, and any quibbles I have are very, very minor. So yeah, definitely worth picking up. Studio Series 86 Hot Rod.